Researchers find a chupacabra in a cave. A man walks slowly up to it, and the chupacabra was trembling with fear. And just as the man was about to get his way, something flew above his head. And when the man turns his head again, a huge chupacabra appeared before his eyes. It turned out to be the mother of the little chupacabra. Watching his harvest fly away, the man fires a flare, which set the mom's wings ablaze. Although they managed to escape, but her wings were injured and she couldn't fly anymore. By now, the man was also chasing after her in his car. Chupacabra's mom tried several times. She finally failed. She was about to fall into the hands of the man, so she climbed up the hill. Luckily, the car couldn't be driven on the slope. This bought Chupacabra some time. By the time they got up the hill, Chupacabra and the others were long gone. All they found was a feather. On the other hand, Chupacabra was hit by a speeding car just as she reached the highway. Chupacabra's mom rushed up. She limped away with Chupacabra in her mouth. Seeing the man chasing after them, they hurriedly hid behind a tree. It's not a good idea to go on like this, so Mama Chupacabra had an idea. She would distract the men herself. It was the only way to keep little Chupacabra safe. Then she reluctantly parted with her child and drew the crowd away from her. As the people left, little Chupacabra slowly walked out. Perhaps he would never see his mother again. It wasn't long before little Chupacabra was hungry. Chupacabra was so hungry, he went after the sheep on the farm. By the time the owner found them, they were already dead. After Grandpa and his brother left, Alex realized that the sheep's bite wounds. Alex noticed that the sheep's bite wounds were slowly healing. At night, Alex heard a noise outside the house. Curious, he went outside, but he found a monster in the bushes. He screamed in terror, alerting Demián and his brothers. When they looked around, all that popped out of the bushes was a little rabbit. It was a false alarm. The next day, Alex was sleeping when he was awakened by a sharp pain. He opened his eyes slowly to find little Chupacabra sucking his blood. A small, unidentified creature was sucking blood from the boy's arm. When the boy reacted, they both startled each other. Chupacabra panicked and jumped out of the window. The boy looked closely at the wound. The next moment, he saw the wound slowly healing. At night, Alex was playing music, but then little Chupacabra reappeared. He wasn't afraid of Alex. He was interested in the music box on the floor, so he hugged it and chewed on it.
Do you want to eat something? Stay. Don't go.
Alex brought him some sausages from the fridge. Little Chupacabra thought it was a toy and played with it.
Oh, not like that. Let's eat it. Eat. Ugh. Oh, it's for you.
But what Alex didn't know, Chupacabra lives on blood. To thank Alex for his kindness, Chupacabra shared his food with him. And when he opened the box, inside the box was a dried rat that sucked blood from the bowl. In order not to upset little Chupacabra, Alex had to pretend to swallow.
Wow, that is really good. Thank you. You got me. But there's no way I'm eating that. Sorry.
Just then, there was a sudden flash of lightning and thunder. Little Chupacabra was so scared, she tried to run out. Luckily, Alex was there to calm her down, and so, the two children, both still children, snuggled together. The next day, the family found out about Chupacabra's presence, but Demián wasn't surprised and told them to keep it a secret. The reason was that he was the one who hit Chupacabra's mother with his car that night. He knew that everyone at the institute wanted to capture Chupacabra to make more money. That's why he protected little Chupacabra early in the morning. In order for Chupacabra to grow up quickly, his brother tried to teach Chupacabra how to fly, because once he could fly, he would not be caught by the bad guys. With his brother's encouragement, Chupacabra spread his wings. We're going fast.
Así. ¡Vamos a sana! ¡Chupa! ¿Estás bien? Muy bien. Casi lo hiciste.
Let's go this way. Within a few days, the people at the institute found Chupacabra's trail. He was so scared that he swooped down, but he was hit by a tranquilizer gun. Little Chupacabra struggled, but the drug was so strong that he fainted in no time. The man thought he was going to get away with it. He was kicked over by Demián. They rushed to the man's car. They were going to look for little Chupacabra's mom. At the scene of the accident that Demián remembers, little Chupacabra seems to sense something. He quickly ran towards the valley and then to the top of the hill. He felt as if his mom was right across the street. And
You feel me? That's amazing. I get it. You gotta go now. Gonna miss you, buddy. I'm really glad you found your family.
And so little chupacabra finally set off on his way home. As he watched chupacabra leave, Alex was relieved, but then a leopard appeared on the other side. The boy was trapped in the middle of the valley. He looked like he was losing strength and was about to fall. Then a little monster came along. He accidentally crushed a steel pipe. The boy grabbed the creature's tail, but eventually, he fell. When he was about to fall to the ground, the little monster flapped its wings and flew up. I didn't realize he had so much strength. Finally, they made it to shore. As Alex watched chupacabra run home, he was confronted by a leopard. He walked down the pipe in fear. The leopard was hungry, and he jumped on. Just then, the pipe broke. He didn't know what to do. Luckily, Demián showed up just in time. He scared the leopard away. They're grateful to little chupacabra for saving them. He wailed and said goodbye to everyone. Just as little chupacabra wanted to go to his mother, the man from the institute showed up. He threatened and finally got little chupacabra. The man was very excited to see chupacabra in the car, but no sooner was he happy than tragedy struck. Maybe chupacabra's mom sensed that her child was in danger. She came in time. He tried to back up, but there was a chupacabra behind him, and then there was one on the roof. The man had to take the little chupacabra. With her baby in the wrong hands, the moms were afraid to do anything. Just when the man thought the monster couldn't do anything to him, Demián suddenly grabbed him from behind.
Alright, put him down! Easy, put him down!
Little chupacabra was able to escape. He used his wrestling skills to bring the man to the ground. Now little chupacabra's family was safe, and they said goodbye again.
That wherever you are, I will always be by your side.
And so little chupacabra flew away with his mother. The next day, Alex saw chupacabra again on the plane home, and he smiled brightly, and chupacabra was free to fly in the sky. They both made it for each other. If it wasn't for Alex, little chupacabra would have been captured for research. If it wasn't for little chupacabra, Alex would no longer be healthy. This is a fantasy adventure movie, and it shows us that no matter what the situation is, true friendship and love can give us strength to keep us going in the face of adversity. My Best Vampire Friend is directed by Jonás Cuarón, Desert of Despair, Chris Columbus, Michael Barnathan, and Mark Radcliffe. Saving Christmas of 26th Street Pictures are producing. It's a nostalgic journey depicting myths, memories, and the creation of personal legends. The characters in the movie are quite likable and the style is fantastically fun. At the same time, it is a short story about redemption. The little monsters and the Demián family help the boy out of the pain of losing his dad, and the little boy helps the little monsters fight off the bad guys to get back to his mom. In order to protect chupacabra from the impending danger, Alex embarks on the adventure of a lifetime. It's an adventure that will bring him closer to his new family members and teach him that life is better when you don't have to carry its burdens alone.